Hey everybody, hey friends, welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Today is Monday, April 15, a new week. Weekend is already gone again. Man, weekends go fast. I had a decent weekend. Saturday Elisa was at home and we went to the store, we played some games and went to her parents to have dinner in the evening. Yeah, it was a nice day. Not too much hurry. We went to the store to buy some stuff because I watch so much NBA lately that I feel like I should do some basketball myself. So I went to the sports store and bought myself a basketball. It hasn't been used yet. I have an inflammation on my wrist for a while. You've probably seen me wearing something on my wrist. So I think I better wait until that's healed up, and then we'll see if I will be willing to make a fool of myself. We also bought, and I got it here, some cheap darts. We have a darts board. We have that for many years now. It is hanging against the wall just outside, but we have never used it because we had some darts, but I think they were broken or we didn't have the things on the back, the little wing things. So we bought that. We bought some snorkels for when we go to Greece. We said every year we say that we are going to buy some and going to do some snorkeling. We never did. We did snorkel, borrowing someone's snorkel, but now we have our own. Each has a set now, so that's pretty cool. I think that's all she wrote. Yeah. Now, what I want to talk about today, and I have to do it quickly because I already said it was going to be a two-part episode. When I did so, I'm going to, because someone asked me, I'm going to talk about my school and my career past. So I guess today it will be about school, and the next time, I think Wednesday, will be about my career, my job, the jobs that I did and that I do. So I got a couple of minutes to go through my childhood. I think when I was 2.5 years, we go to something they call the summer class, which is before kindergarten. And I think it depends on when you are born, in which month you are born, and at a certain moment time you can go there. So I went there. So I went to school when I was pretty young, and it's more like a daycare. It's playing games and all that stuff. It's not more than that. I think so. I cannot remember anything about it. That's where I met my best friend, by the way. We already met each other there, so we've been best friends for a long, long time. He was also my best man at my wedding. And after that, of course, kindergarten. And I went to kindergarten in what then was called Stella Maris. There was just before I left school, or I finished school, high school, just before that, they had a fusion with another school right next to them, and now they're called differently, but then it was Stella Maris. I will put a picture here. This is a playground, and honestly, I think this is a recent-ish picture. It hasn't changed at all. Well, there is the thing that's standing there that wasn't there, but the drawings on the ground, I think they just redo it every year with this. They just go over it because, if I'm not mistaken, I might be lying, but if I'm not mistaken, we had the same pictures on the ground 35 years ago already. So that's fun. So after that, primary school. Primary school I did in Sint-Jan Bregmans College, which is also is the school that fused with, and sorry about the camera, the cat is doing it again. So that's the school that Stella Maris fused with. And I went there for 6 years in primary school. It was a good time for me. I was pretty good at school in primary school. I had very good reports. I had very good grades. I was most of the time I was carefree, probably because I did well at school, but I was bullied a little bit. I had, I don't know how they call it. I'm going to look it up. Time for Google. Let's see. Translation. I had floppy ears. Okay, that's how they call it in English. So I had floppy ears, quite hard, and I was bullied about that for a while. But and it troubled me. I had an operation when I think I was 11 years old. So we had to go to the doctor, and we had to figure out if mentally it was bad enough for me to do an operation, because it's plastic surgery, right? So so that has been solved when I was 11 years old, I think. So, and I'm very happy about it, that I've done it, especially being an introvert. This could have been a very big problem in high school. Which of course was the next step. In high school in Belgium, first you choose if you want to do a normal school or take Latin, or you go to a technical school where you learn working with your hands, learn a real trade, a real job, or you do another thing. So you do the Latin thing, the normal school thing, where you learn stuff, languages, and all those kinds of things, or a school where you learn a job. So I did the normal thing. There were many teachers that advised me to do Latin. Should I have done it? I don't know. Not sure. I did the other thing because I didn't feel like felt no connection to doing Latin. I didn't realize what it would be good for. It probably would have been good, but we'll never know. After 2 years, we have to choose another direction, a more clear direction of what we want to follow. And first I went to do economics and maths, which was okay until the second year. My math wasn't good enough, so they advised me, I didn't have to, but they advised me to switch directions, and I went to follow economics and languages, which was no problem. I was better at languages apparently, but the big problem was German. I was a year and a half behind on German, and that was very hard to catch up with, and I'm still not good. I understand German because the words sounds like Dutch, but the grammar is not that easy. It's very difficult. It was very difficult to catch up with that. So that was a problem for the next couple of years. But besides that, everything went okay. I never had to learn that hard. I managed to get myself through school pretty well. I did study well. I was a good student. I studied well, but I never really had to study very, very hard. By the way, I'm going to put some pictures on here. The picture that I'm showing is a castle. Now, from my 5th grade in high school, this was the building that had my classroom, which is pretty cool. So another picture that I will show is the park. This is the domain of my my high school had. So it was a big domain with a pond, with trees, a park, a castle. We had a football field and all those kinds of things. So that was very cool. I think we had an hour and a half of lunch break. So each lunch break, every day we could play football, we could do whatever we want, walk around in the park. It was very cool. It was a great environment for me to grow up and to go to school. After that, of course, we need to choose. It's different than in the United States, but here we choose what we want to do after that. So we have our degree, and now we want to go to university or something else and learn something real. Because in the direction I followed was actually learning how to learn, which sucked because I didn't have to learn that much because I soaked up the things pretty well. So I chose informatics, which is IT, which they say you don't have to have any knowledge before you start these classes, which was a lie. I was sitting there between people who knew code, different codes, programming codes, and I was just sitting there and I had no clue what's going on. So I decided to change the year after that, and I changed to financial stuff, fiscalities, bookkeeping, which was probably something I should have finished and should have done more effort in, but sadly enough the school was in the city, in Antwerp, in the center of Antwerp, and we didn't have to attend classes. We just have to attend examinations, and I fell into that trap. So I went to bars, not drinking, because I didn't have the money and I'm not a real drinker, but just to play pool and other types of those things, just having fun. And so I did that for a few times, and when I came back to class I realized that this was going to be very hard to catch up everything that I missed. So and it's my biggest regret. I should have done better there. After that, I tried to be a teacher for the primary school teacher, which was just because my best friend was doing the same thing, and I thought I would do that as well, but it was not for me. So that's where the story ends about my school. I quit school, or quit university, and went looking for a job, which is the next story. So that's not for today. So now you know a little bit about my school past. So where I went, what I studied. So I've got a very simple degree in economics and languages. That's it. That's what I am. What I learned. After that, I didn't get any more diplomas or degrees, sadly enough. So let me know, what did you follow at school? What were your what are you? I'm telling you that I did languages, and I'm struggling today. I'm really struggling today. So what did you follow? Which classes did you take? And let me know in the comments below. And next time, if nothing special happens in between, I will talk about my jobs that I've done so far. Or I do it a later episode, depending on if something interesting happens that I want to talk about, then I do that before I do the job thing. But we'll see. Thank you for being here. It was a long episode. Sorry about that. That's why I do it in 2 parts. I knew it was going to take a little bit longer to talk about everything. But I hope you're here next time as well. I hope you have a great sunny day, as I have been having. I have been working, but still it's nice to have sun and warmth this time. It's also nice and warm now, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks again, and see you soon. Bye bye.